Ontario Tech. And they're going. That's the game start right there. So we got 2 collation teams. 3 versus 3 with 3 on each side. I believe that the blue team, which is the combo of McMaster Car, Ontario Tech, and Queensland, only has 1 functioning ground robot.
I believe it actually says Georgia Tech, I believe, at the top there.
Oh, you're right. Georgia Tech, Ontario Tech, and McMaster.
Yeah.
Probably.
Team name known as...
They're nodding, kind of.
Team name 4 guys.
Hey.
Versus that red coalition there, the PUT coalition between, like you mentioned, Purdue, UT Austin, and Rose-Hulman, reading that century there. So we can see, no, we can't.
After this match, we will be starting the last match of the day, which will be in between Texas A&M and I want to say PSU, Penn State University.
That sounds about right. Now we can see here on the red side of the field, you can see that sentry now from Rose-Hulman, as well as other 2 ground robots from UT Austin and Purdue. Looking like they're stuck on my ammo for now.
Neither team really launching a lot of projectiles yet. They're getting close. They're thinking about it.
But yeah, red's just still sticking around their refill zone. Pushing a little bit more towards the middle.
That A&M game will be the last game of the evening. Thank you so much for sticking with us all day. We will be back bright and early tomorrow morning around 9 a.m. College Station or Central Time. That will be A&M's first time on the 3v3 field, as this is Georgia Tech, McMaster, Ontario's first time on the field. Oh, there we go!
A little bit of action here from the red robots.
Purdue and UT robots starting to deal some damage onto the sentry. Look at that!
See that sliver of health there at the top right corner drained from that sentry. Not much action from that 1 ground robot there, fielded by the McMaster, or the 4 Guys Alliance. See if we can figure out some of those problems.
Looks like that standard's probably having some technical difficulties on the blue team. But the red team able to come out and deal some sentry damage. We'll see if they're able to take that sentry all the way out. They're chipping away at it with their standard. We've yet to see if the hero's able to deal that damage. Those projectiles are relatively expensive, but they have 400 gold in the bank. Might as well spend it.
See that top standard there lining up some shots on that sentry. Bottom standard there slowly approaching the blue base.
Here we go.
Looks like red free might be going back. Might need a refill using some of that gold.
This is some valuable arena time for these younger teams, especially our coalition teams. The Purdue reboot, right? It's a Purdue reboot. We understand you may have seen their name before. If you're joining us and you're familiar with RoboMasters, they have been a team in the past, but this is a fully new team from Purdue University. UT Austin, it's their first year, and RHIT, it's their first year. So a very young team in the red team. So we're so happy to see that they were able to finish robots that can drive and shoot. It's great. They're doing great.
Absolutely. Speaking of shooting, that bottom standard there we can see in their first person view getting some reloads, getting some more ammo to shoot some more.
Here we go. Red standard 3 coming on in to do some more chip damage to that sentry. It's at about half health, so I don't even know if we can call it chip damage at this point. That's just straight up damage. In fact, some might say that's a lot of damage.
See here in the first person perspective, that bottom standard there now locking onto that sentry.
Oh, I forgot. Because these are coalition teams, these are both standards. So they don't actually have the base destroying power that a hero would bring with 100 or 200 damage per hit. But between the 2 of them, they're able to take out the sentry of the blue team. Excellent job from this very young coalition. Wonderful, wonderful showing.
Absolutely. We see here in the bottom right corner once again going back to the refill zone. Looks like they're good on ammo.
Let's get some hype in the chat for UT, Purdue, and RHIT. Great to see both of their standards functioning. I believe in their earlier matches, only one of their standards was able to deal some damage. Red 3 is from UT, Red 4 is from Purdue. Combo wombo, but they're both working now.
Absolutely.
Wow, Red 4 dealing a lot of damage to that base.
Yep, great damage done by both of them. Nice seeing both robots shoot, like you mentioned, really young teams.
Yep. So, chat, something I don't think we've mentioned today, the standard projectiles deal 5 damage to structures and 10 damage to robots. So they deal half as much to structures to try to encourage you to use the standards to skirmish. The hero is the opposite, where it deals 100 damage to bots and 200 damage to structures, encouraging you to use the hero on the structures. But with 2 standards, they're still able to deal quite a bit. They're bringing it down. They've dealt 300 damage to this base. With 19 seconds left, the PUT coalition is going to be able to take down McMaster Car, Ontario Tech, and Georgia Tech.
Burst the bullets there in the last 10
Oh
seconds.
my goodness!
It's like a little bit of an overheat there from that bottom standard red standard.
They
4.
overheated just a smidge earlier.
But it
Kill
doesn't
goes
really
over.
matter. It's the end of the match.
But hey,
And once again, victory goes to that red coalition of UT Austin, Purdue, and Rose-Hulman.
excellent job. Excellent job. We love that.
Oh.
There they are. Hey,
There we
sorry
go.
about that, chat. We're going.
A little
It's
bit of
getting a
miscommunication
little
there.
late here.
Yeah. Gonna get a little bit of a break. But we can't get a break until these robots start battling. Red robots there making a push towards the blue base.
Not wasting any time. Now that they know that the blue standard is out of commission, they are fearless in their approach. This is what we love to see. Excellent job. These are level 1 standards, so if you're wondering why they're not firing very much, their barrel heat builds up really quickly. Nice.
Yep.
And of course, this is simulated barrel heat, just like you would have in Halo or many other video games, where if you fire too rapidly, you'll burn your hands and your vision goes blurry, you lose some health, etc.
Yeah, just like we saw before, both standards now locking onto that blue sentry, landing some shots. Not really seeing much of the sentry fighting back, and it's pretty low HP at this point.
This is good practice for the UT Purdue RHIT collaboration. Being able to line those sentry shots up consistently will help you when you start fighting sentries that are moving, when you start fighting sentries that are firing back. Props to it's McMaster, Ontario, the 4 boys, right? Is that the name they're going by? Props to the 4 boys to make sure they fielded that sentry. We've seen a couple teams today without a sentry, and they almost default lose because they have an uphill battle every time.
Absolutely, yeah. If the base takes no damage, the sentry comes first, and if you don't have a sentry, well, you can't win by sentry. Those red standards now having reloaded, now coming back to the blue base, trying to get some more damage. It looks like can't see how much.
I think it's about 30 health left. It's
Yeah.
not much anymore. Oh, it was 70, but now it's 40. This last volley should
That
take
has a
out that
HP.
sentry.
There
There
we
it
go.
goes. Exposing the base, dropping the shield. Let's hear it in the MSC for this collaboration. UT, Purdue, and RHIT putting on a show here at the end of the night. Dropping down the base health, 1930 health to go.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, these are 2 standards because this is a collaboration team not feeling a hero, so won't be necessarily able to get those, structure destroying shots in with the golf balls or with the 42mm projectiles, but you can still get some good damage in with these standards, especially with the 2.5 minutes left we have left in this match.
Very true. Here we go. Again, those standards just wailing away at the blue base. Just 2 minutes left in the match. We'll see how much damage this the PUT collaboration can do.
So a little bit of overheat there from that top side. I believe red standard 3 might have shot a little too quickly. So let's get that simulated barrel heat mechanic, making sure you shoot a little more slowly. That bottom standard there also going back to reload real quick. Some more damage being done there to that blue base by the red standards. Now both standards are here, locking onto those little damage plates there on that blue base.
Here we go. 1:40 to go. 400 damage done by those standards. That's a ton. That's
Absolutely.
like 80 projectiles or something crazy like that. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, a ton of power. Just again, 2 standards. Just the 17mm projectiles. You can't really do much damage on one, like each ball at a time.
This is now the last match, is what I'm hearing? We will not be having A&M versus PSU tonight? Confirmed? Even the crowd
appear
is
to be in
surprised.
line.
I don't know what's happening. Back to the match. We got a minute more of action before that needs to be considered. I may or may not have just pinged all of the alums in my own chats, so that's going to be awkward. But with 56 seconds left to go, let's give them the attention they deserve. UT, Purdue, and RHIT taking the dub, using this practice time.
See, there's some, looks like maybe some CV locking onto those blue targets there, those blue damage plate or blue armor plates on the base.
That's some firepower. As these standards level up, this team is going to be very formidable.
And at the end of the match, we have some pretty good burst shots there. Like you said, that level up from those standards.
33 seconds left to go. They're going to see if they can prove me wrong about the base destruction power of standards. Standards typically are not equipped, but these ones are doing pretty good. 700 damage in. That is a ton of landed projectiles. They've had an incredible hit rate percentage today in this match. So we'll see. I'm excited to see them come back tomorrow and see what they can do as we tick down the last 10 seconds of the match.
Now, final shot of a final burst of shots there. Still overheat there, but Red
That
takes
is
the dub.
game. Great job. Great job.